Very good afternoon to you all. My name is Gaurav and welcome to BISP Solution. In this session, I will be discussing transaction matching overview. So we will be just looking at the overview point. Okay, just how to do transaction mapping, how to match transactions in transaction mapping. Okay, we do not perform the method today. Okay, we do not pass any rule in today's session. We just look the overview, how we do all the things. Okay, so let me open my instance first. Okay, so in the very beginning I said that to the first process of transaction matching is to create the mesh type, then we create the format and the profile. Okay, so this is the new module which is transaction matching. So this entire thing we will be discussing, just the overview. We won't be preparing any reconciliation today. Okay, I will be preparing it tomorrow or the after tomorrow, like this. So just quickly open Excel sheet and start explaining what all the things are there in transaction matching. Okay, fine. So first let's go to instance, and in instance we have application, and under application we have the mesh type. Okay, there, this is the mesh type which we will be preparing. So mesh type means the entire information which are there. This mesh type contain the properties, the rules and the details of the data source. That's why we create this mesh type. Okay, so I'll be open and showing you later. Before that, just go to, let me open my Excel sheet and quickly understand the small things which are there in my transaction matching. Okay, first we have the bank. This is my two systems. Okay, the source system and the subsystem. Bank GL, which is general ledger, and bank statement. This, and the amount which I having is like this: 20, 69 and then 80. So these are the amounts which are there in my different systems, in my source system as well as in my subsystem. Then here we have 100, 20, 68.9. So you might be thinking why I have taken this 68.9. I'll be explaining you later when we will be, there are some things I will be telling you about the tolerance amount which is here, the round of thing, the adjustment thing. Okay, so just quickly give auto sum like this, Control C, Control V. Okay, so in RC module what we do, this sum amount which are here, okay, we compare these amounts, but in TM we will be matching these particular transactions. Okay, so the volume of transaction in TM, transaction matching, is more than RC module. There are few balance comparison, but the transaction in transaction matching are more. There are thousands, like this single transaction. So this method is most important method, which is transaction matching. You have to pay attention because there are some things which might be difficult in understanding. Okay, so just let me put the borders around this so that you can understand. This is my amount, sum amount. Okay, like this. So I hope you understand the basic thing which is in transaction matching, that we will be matching these transactions, not the final amount, but this single amount, transaction amounts. Okay, so just close this. So this is my interface, and there we have the mesh type. So these three cards we will be discussing later. First we will be discussing the mesh type. So first, here you have the import. Suppose you have any Excel import. If you want to import the Excel here, you can import. You have any mesh type in your Excel, you can import with this. Then we can create a new mesh type with this icon, and this is the refresh. Okay, and when you this here is the ID, name, status and description. There is no filter available, there is no column selection available, nothing. Okay, That's this here. You see this all columns are there. There is no extra columns. Okay. But when you go on this three dot, which is action menu, here you will find three things. First, we have the export. If you want to export this entire transaction, which all transactions are there, all the data sources, you can export it into your Excel. This will be downloaded in the form of zip file. After extracting your zip file, you can get the transaction which are there in this POS to bank. POS means point of sale to bank. Then we have edit. If you want to edit this mesh type, and you can delete it. Okay. So just quickly open one mesh type, and I'll be starting explaining you. Okay, look here. Let me tell you one more thing. Status here you can see all are in approved. Okay, all are in approved status right now. So when you want to perform any work on this mesh type, first you have to change the status to pending, then just save it. After that you can make any changes in the mesh type. Okay, like this. Okay, look here, things are, I can able to change this, I can able to change it. But when I go again to approve and when save it, then you can see all the things which are editable goes to gray out. Okay, we cannot able to make the changes. Why? Because it's in approved status. Look here, it's gray out. Just again go to this and pending and save it. Okay, like this. So in mesh type, first we have to give the properties. Okay, in properties first we have the ID. In ID we have to give either you are matching POS to bank or accounts payable to accounts receivable, any mesh type you are creating. So the ID is my bank and the name is, we are matching POS, which is point of sale, to bank. Then description is not mandatory. If you want to give, you can give, otherwise leave it. But instruction you should give so that he can able to understand what is this mesh type telling. Okay, the story behind this mesh type. So the description is like that: POS matching to BI. So let me tell you one more thing. Any bank statement you get, suppose any statement, any bank statement you get which is in the form of BI dot BAI or might be Swift. Okay, so these are the formats. Dot CSV dot CSV now for Excel. Same goes with the bank statement, which is dot BAI and Swift. These are the format types. So the story is like that: POS matching to BAI bank transactions. All the bank transactions which are in BAI format will be matching with POS matching, which is point of sale. Okay, then you know the status thing. Okay, then we have the instructions. So its instructions are like that: data management is configured to load the bank BI files. Group attributes are associated with both the data sources. So I will tell you what are the both the data sources are there. First data source is POS and the second data source is bank. Okay, so these things are in properties. Okay, after giving all these things, leave it status in pending, keep it pending till you done the end this step. Okay, these two steps are the end steps. Okay, till that keep in pending. After entirely completing this mesh type, goes to status and approve it. Okay, then second we have is data source. So look here, in data source you can give numerous amount of data sources. Suppose you want to match POS with your 5 more banks. Here we have is one bank. Okay, suppose there might be one more bank, 4 5 banks are there. Okay, so like that you can match your POS with multiple banks. So there might be numerous amount of data sources. Okay, so first let's look this. How you give this? You will find this blank as empty. Okay, there is nothing here. This is a predefined mesh type. So they, when you prepare a new mesh type, there will be nothing, it's empty file. Okay, so first you just go here and click on new and there click on ID. Okay, so first my data source is bank. Okay, so I'll be giving the ID as bank and the name as bank. Okay, then we have use in bank report. this bank is my subsystem, okay, and this POS is my source system. You have to define which is your source system and which is your subsystem here. Then we have allow transaction to be deleted and allow transaction to be splitted. I will tell you later what is this. Okay, and this here we have is the data source attribute. Okay, so first click on save. When you give all these things which are required, just click on save, and here this call here this a small tab will open, which is the data source attributes. So in RC, the attributes things is the additional things, but in transaction matching, attributes means the heading, the column. So I will be telling you what is this. Just go to Excel file. So pay attention over here. This is my bank statement. Okay, so what all things I will be having in my bank statement? First we have the transaction. Okay, then we have reference number. Okay, like this. You can have voucher number, or what else we can have? We can have debit credit, debit amount and credit amount, like this. And in the last we have the closing balance. Okay, so this here is the heading and these are the attributes. Okay, this is for bank statement, and for bank GL we have journal ID, transaction date, transaction ID, then amount. Okay, so this here you see the headings in the columns and the particular cells. Okay, these are our attributes. So the difference of RC and transaction attributes are this: in RC we have the attributes as the additional informations, okay, but in transaction matching the attributes are called as the headings. Okay, these are the our attributes. Okay, so look here, in our bank data source we have first the location, name is the location, this key required calculation, accounting date, balance date, all this thing I will be telling you later when we prepare a example, when I will be explaining you all this thing with an example. Okay, when we create first time the transaction matching. Okay, you just have to view the overview of this transaction matching, what all things are there, so that you can familiar with the terms which all are there in on mesh types. Then we have location, T amount, transaction matching amount, currency, transaction type, bank reference, bank tax, all this, memo, store number, like this. Okay, same goes with the POS, like this. Now just hold for a moment. So as I said, these two things are like that. First we have the allow transaction to be splitted. Okay, so just go to your and look here, pay attention over here. Control 1. Okay, so this 20 plus 80 combines the amount of 100. Suppose you may have received this amount from Mr. X, and the same amount you will be receiving from Mr. X also, but you have passed the two different entries in your GL, but the statement gives the combine of these two, because these two belongs to the same person, so that's why he combined these two amounts and give you the final amount, like this. So this is the thing of split. Okay, this is how when you enable this you can able to track the split. Okay, like this. Then we have allow transaction to be deleted. Okay, just hold for a moment. Okay, fine. What we have next we have is allow transaction to be deleted. So when you enable this, I hope you understand what transaction split means. You have to enable this when you have the combined balances in your data sources. Okay, then we have allow transaction to be deleted. So suppose here you see this two are matching with this 100, this 69 will be matching with this 69 point. I will be telling you how to match this. Then the remaining 20 is the extra amount. If you want to delete this when you are when you are passing the auto match rule, okay, so at that time if you want to delete this, you have to allow transaction to be deleted, enable, you have to check mark on this, then only you can able to delete the extra one. So this is the understanding behind delete and split. Then filter is not that important. If you want to create any filter, you can create with this. Then next we have is our transaction type. This is the important thing you have to understand. First there we have sweep, others, count errors, key errors. Okay, so understand here, this amount will be matching with this one. Okay, so suppose we will be, this is 68.9, so I will round off it to 69. Okay, like this, I will round off it to 69. So the difference between this amount and the amount which is in our source system is minus 0.1, 0.1. Okay, so this is the tolerance amount, or might be your adjusted amount. Okay, so if your client says that you can match this with this particular one, with allow you to give the tolerance amount of 0.1. Okay, so for where this 0.1 go, this will go in the transaction type which we have created as the default adjustment. You can create anyone if you want. Other is there, counter error is there, key error. Okay, like this, any. Okay, so here you click on new transaction type, and from there you can mention that this 0.1 goes to our adjustment, this adjusted amount. Okay, so first you have the ID, then we have the name which is key error. You have to give any, suppose you might be giving us round of error like this, round of error, any if you anything you want. Right now I have tell you the error of round off. Okay, like this. It mostly work in the case of round off and currency exchange. Okay, like this. Then the description is manual key error. Okay, this is not mandatory. If you want to give, you can give. Save it for the meantime. Next we have is the description, which is not mandatory. Allow posting of the adjustment to, okay, so look here, this is the important thing. The adjustment belongs to which, okay, which data source? Point 0.1 belongs to our bank statement. Okay, so for there you will be selecting your bank statement. Okay, like this. But if it belongs to POS, you will be selecting POS. But to keep on the safer side, we'll be selecting both. Okay, when we're doing, we will selecting both. Then we have allow adjustment type of manual. This is manual match rules that I will be telling you later what all this. Then this attributes come from our attributes we have given in our data source. Okay, so ID, name, description, category, ledger ID. Okay, like this. So this is how you create adjustment, transaction type adjustment. Okay, so just hold for a moment, just hold for a moment. There's a noise in the background, just okay. I hope my voice is audible to you. There are a little noise in the background, that's why I have shut it for a moment. Okay, so this is the adjustment. Then we have the support. Okay, so support might be your default support, timing or other support. You can create the same. If extra information might be needed, you can create for that the support type. So the ID is our default support, the name is timing, just timing, sorry, not timing. Then we have support type attributes which directly come from our adjusts. Okay, name, ID, description. So this is not that important, but adjust is important. Then this here you see is the match process. So we are matching our POS to bank. So this here is the rule. Here you will be giving the rules. Okay, so pay attention over here because it's the very important when you're doing the tolerance things. Okay, when you are matching transaction with certain tolerance or adjustments. Okay, first we have the properties. So in properties, the ID, which is POS to bank, then the name POS to bank. Fine, the same, because we make sure to get the name the same. Just look here, the name is POS to bank, and here the name is same, POS to bank, so you do not get confused. Then the data source, how many data source we have. As I said, you can give here the numerous amount of data source, but right now we have two data source. First is our source system, which is POS, then the subsystem, which is bank. So when you click here, there is an option of drill down, and from that drill down you can pick which is your source system and which is your subsystem. Okay, then we have set adjustment accounting date. Okay, so understand this thing, we majorly takes matching date. What that mean? That mean the reconciliation which is taking place on the current date is my 11, I think so, 11/9, which is September. So the day which is in present, the reconciliation taking same date. Okay, but when you choose this latest accounting date in the match group, when it's like this means that suppose in your data source you have date as June 18. Okay, so the date it will take will be June 18, like this. Okay, so this is the major understanding behind what is the date means here, match date and the latest accounting date in the match group. Okay, then we have default. This things has been taken by defaults. All the information which we have given, it will take automatically from there. First we have default attributes mapping, so it will map your POS bank amount. Okay, so this is not that important. Okay, we will majorly not working on this, we will be working especially on the match rules. Okay, so there will be always via one rule for manual match, which is for amount. Okay, so first is the condition, then the adjustment details. So look here, our point of sale amount will be matched with bank transaction matching amount. Okay, so the column in our POS is amount and the column in our bank data source is transaction matching. So the amount which is given in here will be matched by this rule. Okay, so look here, in here we have exact match. If you are matching exactly matching, that means this is the exact match. Okay, 100 will match with 100, like this. Okay, then we have match with certain tolerance. So this is the tolerance over here which we are giving. Okay, this is the tolerance. Match with contains operators, this is not important, just these two are majorly important. Okay, so just close this. Then we have bank, this is our second data source. Custom limit, you can customize this, use percentage tolerance. If you want to give the tolerance in the form of percentage, you can give by just checking this. Then minus 100 to plus 100. Okay, this is the value in this is the series in between which our value lies. Okay, minus 100 till plus 100, between this our value lies. Then we have adjustment detail, if there is any adjustment detail you can give here. Okay, so this manual rule is always be there. Okay, do not have to create any manual rule, it always be there. We will be creating auto match rules. Okay, so look here, there are 11 match rules. Okay, so let me open any one match rule and discuss with you. Okay, so first we have the ID, which is mandatory to give. R1 means rule 1, the name is one-to-one matching. Amount, location, date, version 1. Okay, this here you will be giving so that it's in a short form. Okay, then we have our rule type. There might be 5 or 6, 1 2 3 4 5. There are 5 rules. Okay, these 5 rules cannot be can be customized, okay, as per the conditions. The condition has given here, you have to give the condition over here. I will tell you how to give it. So first understand what is this rule says. Okay, first we have one-to-one matching. Just let me open my Excel file and just quickly Control C, Control V. Okay, so suppose let's take here Control X, let's take it here Control V. First we have 1-to-1 match. This is our first rule. So what it says that the amount which is in GL is 500 will be exactly matched with our bank statement, which is the same amount 500. Okay, this is the one-to-one rule says that the amount which is in our GL will be matching with the same amount in our bank statement. Okay, so this is the first rule. Like this. Then the second rule we have is 1-to-1, 1-to, I think many, 1-to-many. Fine. Okay, you have to create the conditions. For that creating condition you have to understand these rules. What is this rule says? Okay, so suppose the amount here is 1000 and the statement amount you have is 400 or 600. Okay, so you will be matching with one with many. These are many and here you have is the one. This is one to many rule. Then the vice versa of this is many to one, many to one. Okay, here you will be matching enter. Suppose you have 500, 500 and 500 and here you will be having 1000. Okay, so this is the vice versa of this rule, many to one and one to many. Okay, then what else we have here? Many to many and adjustment. Fine, so first let's see what is many to many. Okay, so many to many says that suppose you have the amount here is 400 and 600 like this. Okay, and the amount here is 800 and 200. Okay, this is the many to many rule. When you combine these two, okay, auto sum, and when you combine this two amounts, the total will be same. Okay, but the amount here you will be seeing is different. So this is what many to many means. Then we have adjustment. Adjustment we use when we have to give round of things. Suppose you have here 599 and here you have 600 like this. So when you have to match with tolerance, you will be using adjusted rule like this. Okay, so most of the time we will be using one to one and we'll be giving the match tolerance. Okay, when we will be giving the match tolerance, I will tell you later. Okay, so 5 rule types and I hope you understand what all these rules means. Then we have the match status. Okay, so confirm and we majorly have confirmed and suggested. If there is any required changes are there for this match type, you can use confirmed no ambiguous or suggested no ambiguous like this. And if there is no any changes you want to give for this match type, just click on confirmed ambiguous, means this everything has been confirmed, there is no doubt for this match type. So then we have the active, you have to always like this check this active, so that's the rule work. So when you save over this and just go down here, here you have to give the conditions. Okay, so first condition here is given as that the point of sale amount will be match exactly with the amount of bank amount. Okay, like this. Then here you see POS. Okay, POS, in POS the accounting date will be matched with certain tolerance with the accounting date of our bank statement like this. So this here you see auto reconciliation tolerance limit, you can customize this limit. Okay, match process limit, fine. Start is our -1 and is our 0. Okay, here you have to give the days, how many days the tolerance is there in our data source. Okay, just right now have a look. When we performing the transaction matching reconciliation, I will be explaining you all these things in more detail. Okay, then you get familiar with the rules. Okay, so there are multiple rules here and you keep on them creating with this add icon. Active, inactive, you can see the status, these are in the active status, there is no any rule which is not in the active inactive status. Look here, no data to display, so because there is no inactive rule, so just like this and fine. Then we have alert rules. So I have told you to how to create the alert. So right now there is no alert in this mesh type. If you want to give the alert, just click on this and you have to give the rule here. First we have to give the ID, name, description, alert name, all these things you have to mention. Priority, you know priority is there in our alert, same. Okay, like this you create the rule for alerts. Okay, assignee, who is our assignee, description, approver. Okay, if you do not know how to create a rule, just go and watch my previous session. From there you will be clear what all the alert name, alert description, alert type, okay, priority. So it's not that difficult to understand, just close it. Then we have support details. Same support details we are having in our data source, in our attributes. Okay, in adjustment, look here, support, same support we have be having in our match process here. If you want to give any support details, you can give with this new and start giving the details. Okay, ID, name, which data source. Okay, then we have enterprise journal, I think so, journal attribute mapping. So we don't be giving any, we are not able to give any journal entries in ARCS. We are able to give only the adjusted entries. If our client tells us, then only we will be giving the journal attributes mapping. Okay, otherwise we will be leaving this session. Okay, not session, this card, which is our general attribute mapping. If he wants, because we have to for giving this general attributes mapping, we have to connect with our ERP fusion. Okay, so we do not have access to that, so just close it. So after completing this, you have to go again on the here and approve it. After approving it, it will take time. Close it. So we have created the mesh type. Next process is to create the format. Okay, so just go to your configuration. in our RC we create format as our first step to create the format. Then same goes with transaction matching, but we create format in last. After creating the format in transaction matching, you will be creating the profile, and after that you will be loading your data. Okay, so today we will be seeing till format, profile, and loading the data. I will tell you in the upcoming session. So just click on add, give the name. Okay, this is already, sorry, I forgot. Go to format, and there just click on add and give the name, description, method. So we have, I think, 3 to 4 methods. First we have the account analysis with transaction matching, balance comparison with transaction matching, 2 are there, and the third is transaction matching only. Okay, if you are doing account analysis with transaction matching, you will be selecting the second method. If you are going for balance comparison with TM, you will be selecting the fourth one. And if you are just preparing transaction matching only, so select this one. Okay, like this. So when you select this, it will show you the mesh type. So the mesh type which you have prepared in your mesh type, you will be picking it here. Suppose this was my mesh type, US to bank. I'll be taking it and just save and close. Okay, then go to your profile, and from there you will be doing the same thing. Okay, fine. So this is the understanding behind what is transaction matching and how we create the mesh type and how we create the format. Okay, so I hope you understand this thing. If any doubt comes, let me know in the comment section. This is just the overview of transaction matching. Okay, because transaction matching is little typical for RC module. As we compare for RC module, transaction matching is quite difficult to understand. Okay, so that's why I give the overview for TM, and later we'll be prepare a simple TM, and after that we'll be taking our what we have here, 2 cases of transaction matching. First we have is intercompany transaction matching and account payables to processing order. Okay, AP to PO. Okay, these 2 are the cases we'll be taking. This is our advanced case, and tomorrow I will be taking a simple case. There is no rule in that transaction matching. Okay, so just to understand how to create a mesh type, that's it. Okay, so I hope you understand each and everything. If any doubt comes, let me know in the comment section. And just let me go to my Excel. Okay, so we have completed this session. I'll be highlighting it and giving 2 days, and tomorrow, because today we understand what is transaction matching, and tomorrow I will be telling you how to create transaction matching, mesh type, format, and a profile. Okay, so what is today's date? 11th semicolon 12th September. Okay, fine. So that's all for today. If any doubt comes, let me know in the comment section. I'll be taking that doubt in the upcoming session, or the any session I will take it. So thank you.